All right, Jeff, what are we doing out here this morning?
Well, we're going to revisit a gun that we've already tested, the Rock Island 10mm 1911.
Okay, Terry, if you remember the last time that we had this gun out, the front sight was drifted so far right that all of our point of impact was left. And we had several issues with malfunctions, failure to fire and failure to feed and so on. And we are hopefully going to solve that by changing our magazine. This is the factory magazine that had this bumper on it, and taking it off we see it's a metal form magazine. The new magazine that I got was from Remington. I took the bumper off of there because of our flared mag well, and it's just going to make it easier to seat this magazine. But this one's by Checkmate from Remington. It's a stainless steel magazine, and hopefully this will help our feeding problem out. As you can see loaded, there's a difference in the two magazines as far as the angle of the ammunition in the magazines, and this one is quite a bit tighter than this one on the cartridge itself. I want to go ahead and shoot with this magazine, but as control, I'm still going to try this one out and see if we have the same problems. If this fixes it, we know this is the culprit. Okay, we're going to take those shots now. Well, it looks like we're locked back on the last shot. It's empty. It fed. I didn't shoot as accurately as I did before. My shots are still to the left, but not as far as what they were. I'm aiming right at the center of the target, and I'm shooting probably about 3 inches to the left still. Still might be a little bit of work to be done here, but very small detail here compared to what we had with the magazine issues that we had before. Now we're going to try the other magazine and see if we have any problems there. Flinch. It's empty. It didn't lock back on the last round. At least I got through all 8 rounds without a failure to feed, which was different than before. The only difference is it doesn't have the bumper on the magazine. I still think this is totally our culprit, and as a matter of fact, now the floor plate's coming off the magazine. So let's just call this thing done. I think that our cure is right here. And a different magazine, different manufacturer, definitely a better quality. The gun has a adjustable rear sight. It's a Novak style. I can get some of that adjustment to bring that gun over as far as point of impact to the right. The front sight centered, it stayed centered, did not move after we fired. So I'm going to probably do all my adjustments back here instead of compromising this front sight. Okay, I've made the appropriate adjustment to the rear sight. I'm going to take a few shots and see where we are. Well, we've now encountered a malfunction. Nothing there. Let's get it back into the chamber. let's go down and target and see where we're hitting. As you can see, all my first shots were all right here, and now all my shots are right dead center. That's exactly where I was aiming. That's where I was hitting. Solved the sight problem. I'm going to take fault for the malfunction. I do believe my thumb hit the slide release and locked the slide back. The 10mm recoil is something I'm not used to. My thumb placement was where I'd have it with shooting a 1911 and 45. I kept my thumbs down after that. As you can see, there were no more malfunctions. I'm going to let Terry shoot and see if we have anything happen there. I'm rather sure that we're not going to have any more malfunctions due to that.
Okay, I'm going to run a magazine through what may actually become a new purchase for me. I'm really taking a liking to the 10mm in the 1911. All right, let's go down and see where we hit. Yeah, as you can see, we've really started to clean up the center there, and it'll be time for paint here again soon.
Kind of wanted to mention that all of the testing was done with S&B 180 grain full metal jacket 10mm ammunition. I never experienced, I don't think, anything I would consider an ammunition malfunction with the firearm, since the same ammunition fired flawlessly with the second test. Barring the fact that my thumb hit the slide release and locked it back when I was first firing it. The sights have been adjusted. The gun is shooting right on. The magazine, the new magazine, is working flawlessly. The old one, it's probably ready for the scrap heap. That needs to be done away with, and better magazines right away. Other guns may be different, but this magazine itself was terrible from the beginning. Overall, I like the gun. The gun fits good. It shot incredibly well. And if you want to add a 10mm to your collection, if you want to hunt with a 10mm here in Indiana, this would be a good candidate.
All right, that concludes our testing of the Rock Island 1911 and 10mm. Be sure to like us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel and watch for upcoming videos.